Ford Taurus SE, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering why I'm enjoying a Taurus. I'm sure you'd think of an older body style or a police interceptor, and you're like, why do you want that? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's got the 3.5 liter V6 naturally aspirated in the base model, and the non-police interceptor models and the SHO. Those all have twin turbos, but I have the naturally aspirated V6, and it's got a couple things done to it. So stock, the Ford Taurus 0 to 60 with the V6 gets a very poor 0 to 60 time at about 6.5 seconds, and we've kind of improved that. I'll toss in a little clip here and show you guys what I mean by we fixed it. But as you guys can see, 5.4 seconds, front wheel drive V6. You could hear a little bit of a squeal at the beginning, and I think I left traction control on, so if I take traction control off, I'm sure it'll fix the problem of it being a little bit slower, because the engine will automatically bog itself down to prevent spinning. But I'm not worried about that. I'm pretty happy with the extra 1.1 seconds faster than stock that I've gotten out of this grandpa car, but I really like it. It's a very peppy car for what it is. It's got sport mode, so you can manually shift. You can hear the engine's holding where I tell it to. So I'm sure you notice that I'm getting thrown back pretty hard in the seat, and you'd think, you know, a grandpa car's not going to do that. It's going to shift decent, but that was wide open throttle. The things that have made this car a little bit faster is the tuner. I got a SCT X4 2017 tuner, or 1017 tuner, and that is basically what makes the shift so hard and what throws you back in the seat whenever it shifts. And I was kind of lied to, and I feel a little disappointed. I've contacted SCT about this, but it says that it comes preloaded with 93, 87, and just 91 tunes, but it didn't. The only thing that it came with was just basically like a helper tune for the stock tune, which basically just modifies the transmission shifts, and the throttle response is great since I got the tuner. In terms of drivability on this thing, it's very comfortable. I'm sure it was a lot more comfortable when it was brand new. It's got 126,000 miles on it in this car. I'll tell you what, the suspension's okay, but I do eventually want to get a set of BC Racing's coilovers, all 4 coilovers, and just to get a much better ride. And I wouldn't mind lowering it too with the BC coilovers, but that's a good ways away. I have other plans. I want to do headers, or headers, I guess, catalytic headers. They're built in on this car. The SHO is different, along with the police interceptor, because they're the turbo models, which replaces the headers with the turbo headers, which just comes out straight out of the headers into the turbo, and then it Y pipe down to the exhaust. Or not Y pipe, it's actually true dual, but it comes down out of the headers to the turbo, and then to the catalytic converters, which is on the downpipe. Other than the intake and the tuner, another thing that I'm sure you can hear is the exhaust that I put on it. Now, the thing about this exhaust is it was meant for the 2015 and up well, actually not even up. It's like 2015 to 2017 or whatever. I guess it doesn't fit the 2018, even if they made one. It's either 2015 and 16 or 217, and it's not meant for this car, but it's the same thing. 2013 was the new facelift, I guess you could call it, on this, on the Taurus, and the previous, before 2013, I think the 2007 to 2012 is when they did the dual exit on the one side of the bumper, which isn't the neatest thing, but I mean, I guess it did the job. Now, another thing that I really like about the Taurus, and mostly Fords too, is the turn signal. Listen. It just cuts off. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a Ford thing. All it is basically it's a computer controlled turn signal module that's not stupid. So basically the turn signal knob, I guess you could call it, you push it down and it comes back up to the middle, or if you push it up it comes down to the middle again. And I like that because whenever you finish a turn, it doesn't make that clicking noise, and it just adds a very high quality feel and a moderately decently priced car. And it's just one of those features that you don't really pay attention to until you own the car, and you're just like, especially if you've owned another car that actually does that, it does something that your new car doesn't, you're just like, what happened? But with that out of the way, one of the custom things that I have done to this car is, I'll toss in a little clip here, it's the strips around the grille. Now, I kind of got inspired by what is it called? The Mustang RTR. It's basically like a performance package, but you can get like different, it's like 3 stages. A looks package, performance, and then performance plus or whatever, and you get everything. But it's like another $60,000 on top of the Mustang. But I just like the look of the running lights on modern vehicles, so I just went ahead and put it in there. And they were like 30 bucks. They're from Op7 on Amazon, or you can just go to their website, and $29, just usual pricing, $29.99, and it gets you those switchback style running lights, so you can leave them on and they'll stay white, and you turn the turn signal on or hazards on and they'll turn yellow. Now, one of the other things that I like about this car is the enormous trunk. Now, I'm not going to show you any pictures or anything, only because it's dirty right now. I've got my sub, I've got a couple of other knick-knack stuff that I like to do, got tools, just all kinds of stuff in the trunk. I mean, it holds all of it, and there's plenty of space. It's just not clean enough for me to show you guys, and it's a lot of stuff, so I'm not going to take it out. Let's see if I can't get hit. But the trunk space, man, God. One of the features that I've added to the Taurus, to the base model Taurus anyway, is the My Push Cart, that's the website, remote start system. So basically it uses the stock key, and it you press the lock button 3 times. So I've used that a lot, and it's very, very handy, especially in the mornings whenever you when it's cold out, especially now around Christmas time. It's definitely nice to have your car warmed up, ready to go as soon as you get outside, so you don't have to wait, and you don't have to be cold either, because you walk outside for a split second, then you get in, and then you're warm again. So yeah, remote start's a pretty cool feature. I wish the car came with it stock, so I didn't have to use the lock button, because I feel like that's going to wear out the locks over time. But I mean, I guess it works. It works really well. So with all this said, the Taurus itself is a very, very comfortable car. I'm not just saying that because I own it and I'm paying for it, but I say that because it's a very overlooked car because of its history, and all of the older Taurus body styles just push people away. And I get a lot of people saying, is that a Fusion? It's not, it's Taurus. And it kind of hurts, especially when I get a car meets people are like, that know the car, they're like, is that an SHO? No. Then they say, oh, that would have been cool. Let me tell you something. Remember when I was telling you about 5.4 seconds? The SHO is 5.2 seconds. So, and I did a slight burnout at the beginning of that clip too. If you go back and listen to it, you can hear it. So if I can learn to control the launch better, I think I could keep up with an SHO. But all this aside, this car is very nice, especially for me being 6'4". It's a very spacious car. It's got a lot of headroom too, especially for someone fat and tall like me. I got the worst of it all. I'm tall and fat, but the seats hold me in pretty good. It's a very nice car. The one thing though, if you can't see at night, don't tint your back windows and get a backup cam that came stock with the car. Don't do all that license plate. That's just, I don't see that really working long term. But get the models, the SEL or the Limited or SHO, and get the backup camera, because this car is just so huge and it's got such a big, deep trunk. You can't see anything behind you when you're backing up. You have to rely on your mirrors. You got these huge pillars here. You got just the seats in the back, the huge trunk in the back. Obviously it's going to be in the back. Well, it's 2017. It's just, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video.